Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Guitarsenal, and today we're hopefully channeling a little bit of Hendrix. I hope we can honor his memory a bit, but we're checking out the Vertex pedals Ultra Phonix Overdrive, and we're running into a super reverb. This is a 68, and I'm running a Stratocaster with Woodstock 69s. These are Abbey wound Woodstock 69s. And this is a 2000 Mexican Strat with big jumbo frets on it, and we got it tuned down to D. So the entire guitar is tuned down a whole step to get our Hendrix on there in the intro. We hope you enjoyed that a bit. Some very nice sounds out of this pedal. Here's the naked super reverb, which I think everybody will agree is pretty glorious. Bridge pickup. Beautiful. I love this Strat, by the way. We're going to hit the Ultra Phonix. It's got a filter control, gain control, volume control, and it's just set up for a gentle kiss, although that kiss is, as you can hear, pretty deadly. Let's layer a fuzz on that just for fun. This is a Titan 2 from Spaceman Effects. We have a video on this particular fuzz if you guys want to check it out. And yes, I'm not wearing shoes. Oh, baby. Oh, I love my Stratocaster, man. And you just can't go wrong with a Strat. This is a fairly new pedal for Vertex. It's actually kind of hard to find right now. They're kind of in the wild. They're out there a bit, but it's essentially a Dumble Super Overdrive clone pedal that's supposed to impart some Dumble-like characteristics onto the front end of your amplifier. And I know that Dumble is the magic word these days. Everybody wants that sort of sound and everything. And it's got a filter control, which is sort of a frequency range that you can really dial in. It's kind of like tone, but not quite. It's a little bit different. It has some varying characteristics as you turn it. It's more than just bass to treble. It's there's also some mid-range hump in there that you can get. We have the filter control roughly about maybe a third of the way up, so whatever that means for you. And then, of course, the gain is bumped up pretty good. Now, this Joker will clean up real nice. I do have an Emerson wiring harness in this guitar, so here's on 10. Oh, man. Now mind you, that's the amp also with the volume turned out a bit. You know, I'm down in this low D tuning, and it's kind of hard to not want to, you know, get into Hendrix territory a little bit there. It just sort of begs, anytime you take a Fender Strat and you run into a super reverb and you punch it with something like this Ultraphonics, it can really, it's such a unique characteristic in an amplifier. And it sounds great. So it does clean up. Let's get the volume down on 5 in the neck pickup. See, the nice thing about these slinky strings, you can really get in some of those weird, adventurous bends. And it has a very unique characteristic, a singing characteristic that you get out of this low tuning. Okay, but that's some really nice gainy kind of sounds. Let's break off a little bit of that gain. And don't worry, I've used gain for my socks too, so we're good there. They're nice and clean. Okay, no one's going to forgive me for that joke. All right, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. All right, here's the gain about maybe a third of the way up. We're going to leave the volume and filter controls as they are. Middle pickup. You know, it's just great. Not bad. Let's get a little bit higher on the gain. And then we're also going to switch to a guitar that is equipped with humbucking pickups, just so we can get some more grind out of this pedal. I want to mention something quickly about Alexander Dumble. And everybody throws around this whole Dumble thing, you know, and oh, well, is it Dumble-like? Well, there's a few things there. I mean, for one, who's ever played on a Dumble? Unless you own one, or unless you know some rich rock star guy that's got one, there's the only reference you really have is to a sound that you think you should be getting out of your guitar based on what you hear some guy who's playing on a Dumble's getting. But I believe what Alexander Dumble's amps do is they let the personality of the guitar player shine through the front of the amp. They don't hide anything, they don't take anything away. The genius that Alexander Dumble has in his amplifiers and what he builds with his amplifiers is something very special. And there is no Dumble sound. You are the sound. Your hands, that's what is the Dumble sound. That's what Dumble intended, in my opinion. I can't ask the man myself, but I'd like to think that it's about the expression of the individual player is what a Dumble amp is about. Now, this pedal, okay, the Ultraphonix, it claims to be sort of a Dumble in a box, and I've played a lot of Dumble pedal clones, okay? I've ran quite a few. I've ran Zen Drives, I've ran the Jetter GS 124s, I've ran a few, okay, and they're out there. I will tell you something right now about this pedal, is that I think that this is probably the closest type of sound that you could possibly ask for to get into that characteristic of really getting your front end of your amp to respond to you as a player in the way that it does. It's, in my mind, when I think Dumble amplifier, I don't really think Dumble amplifier, I think Fender amplifier, right? Because Super Overdrive was originally built off of the Bassman circuit, right? So back in the day, in the 70s, if you know, he did a lot more work for people in the 70s, he does now. He'd say, yeah, drop off a blackface Fender Bassman, and I guess I'll be in touch with you in a year, right? Well, that tells you everything you need to know. I mean, Robin Ford, you know, he got the idea for that particular amp from Robin Ford's Bassman. So he really loved Robin Ford's tone, and it's just, but the thing is, it's not the physical sound that Robin Ford is getting out of his guitar. It's the tone, it's the hands. It really is literally all in the hands and the touch-sensitive playing dynamics that a pedal like this can give you. Let's get back up to where we were on the gain. I think the gain sounds a little bit better on the higher end. We're going to switch to a humbucker in a moment, but if I take this guitar and just right as it's set up now, everything full out, you'll notice I always switch between the pick and my fingers a good bit, right? But if I just gently, you know, take this chord here, just whatever. Gentle touch, gentle touch. I think that's what a Dumble amp is. Dumble amp is the characteristic of an amplifier reacting to you as a player and giving you what you put into it. And I think when people are kind of chasing that Dumble sound, they may not realize it. They may think that, oh, well, I need $100 to buy a Dumble. No, you don't. No, you don't. Buy an old Super Reverb or whatever. Get a new Super Reverb or whatever. Or get a new Deluxe Reverb. Get a decent Fender amp. Preferably, I think that for that blues thing, I know a lot of people like the Stevie and Hendrix sort of thing, maybe even the Robin Ford thing. You know, Robin Ford was a very famous, and still is a famous user of super reverb amplifiers. Because they have that very big and open characteristic to them. I mean, you can't deny those four 10-inch speakers moving air, okay? So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed a look at this. We're not done. Got to break out some humbuckers. Let's do it. I mean, I know it's a little sloppy, but that's the idea. I mean, that's what this type of pedal excels at. This is a 1980 Ibanez Blazer, $400 guitar. Now, granted, we're running a nice amp, and we run a 68 Super Reverb, but man, I mean, this is so much fun to play on. I mean, and to me, just my thing is expressiveness and being able to get the amp to talk back to me like we're having a conversation. Like, literally, amplifier is a very special piece of musical equipment, and your amp literally gives you back. It converts what's in your mind into sound. It's the most important piece of music gear you could possibly ever have is your amp. Your amp is everything. Without your amp, you can't. Your speakers and your amp are, to me, just everything for a guitar sound. And sometimes amps need a bit of help, all right? And, you know, I know some people are like, oh, just plug it straight into the amp. And that's cool. You can certainly do that. But I really do like to supplement some of the tones that you're getting with, I would compare, I guess, pedals to paintbrushes. Or, you know, you've got a canvas. Your audience is your canvas. Your amp is the paintbrush tray, right, or whatever, your little easel, whatever. And then you've got your different colors of the palette that you have at your disposal. I think pedals should be used to augment and help you get your idea across that you have in your mind. And some pedals excel at it, and pedals can be a very personal choice too. I mean, there might be people that play through this pedal and hate it. But guess what? This pedal, and as far as I'm concerned, it does not hide anything. It gives you what you put into it. And if you're looking for that, I think that's really more what the Dumble sound is about. Just think about it. How many players have you ever heard that play on a Dumble amp, an actual real Dumble amplifier, that are crappy musicians, right? Now, one could argue, oh, well, they can only afford it because they're rich, or they can only afford it because they're fancy pants so-and-so. All that aside, how many guitarists that can play well have you ever heard play through a Dumble, and it's like, wow, like, you know who you're hearing, right? So like one night, I think Larry Carlton and Robin Ford were playing together, and they both had their Dumble amps, of course. I mean, that's so awesome to think there's two Dumbles in one room, but they each had their Dumble amplifiers, and just for fun, I don't know who suggested it, but I think one of them's like, hey, let's switch amps, just for fun. You know, Larry Carlton, I'm gonna run into your amp, and now Robin, you're gonna run into my amp. And they just couldn't mesh with it. They couldn't mesh with it because those amps had been voiced specifically for their style of playing, the frequencies they were chasing. You know, Alexander Dumble's such a genius dude because he had that ability to just, he has an ear to be able to listen to your guitar playing and then go, okay, all right, I'm feeling what you're going for, and then he works his magic. So a lot of those amps are individually tuned to the player. So there really is no Dumble sound like everybody thinks. I mean, yeah, Vertex could take this pedal and they could, I don't know, build it against, let's just say, a Dumble amplifier they have access to, one individual Dumble amplifier. Sure, and they could probably get close to that sound, but it's only going to be that one Dumble amplifier, and it's only going to be with the players they have at their disposal. A true Dumble sound, in my opinion, augments what the player puts into the guitar. I think that's the definition of what the Dumble sound is. The Dumble sound is not a drive or an overdrive kind of harshness. It's not a compression. The Dumble sound is letting you be you. Now, with that being said, I know we sort of experimented with a few different sounds. I mean, it's a pretty basic pedal. There's 3 knobs, right? And anyway, but I dig it. I think it's a cool pedal, and I think it gets that sort of thing in strides. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. This thing stacks with this Titan 2. All right, let's drop some. Let's drop a bomb, shall we? Ready? Let's see. Get the tone down all the way here, a little bit. That's what a Dumble is supposed to do. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, if I got a call from Alexander Dumble right now and he said, Eric, I want to build you an amp, I would probably I'd probably jump for joy and kill myself in the process. But short of Mr. Dumble calling me up and saying, hey, nice playing, I want to build you an amp, which is not going to happen. But if it did, short of that, I mean, I think if you got a good, decent guitar and a decent amp and you got a nice basic sound to work on, this pedal has some very special stuff to offer. And I really do love my Super Overdrive Special. Now, let me let you hear this other pedal. This is sort of my mainstay pedal. This is the overdrive pedal that is like my baby, like my tried and true. Now let's listen to her against the Vertex. And I'm not trying to drag this on, but I'm really trying to make sure you guys hear this pedal because it's cool, right? And let's face it, I mean, everything can be replaced, right? I love my overdrive special, but I'm also a very open-minded person. So if, let's just say, I've come up with something I like better, well then, whatever. Here's the overdrive special. Vertex. Sorry, that was a Titan, that was a fuzz. Here's the ultra fine. Nobles. All right, look. I'm not going to drop the Nobles from my board because I love that pedal for certain sounds. But I'm here to tell you right now, man, that that Vertex is one sweet sounding pedal. Let's hear the neck pickup with the overdrive special. You gotta admit, that sounds pretty nice. That's one thing that drove me to that pedal is the mid controls on it. I like to be able to scoop the mid a bit. All right, now look, man, let's give credit where it's due. That's a pretty sick sounding pedal. All right, here's the Vertex. Man, I don't know. It's such a hard decision. Actually, it's not hard. I'm buying that dang pedal. That's the bottom line. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. I know I sort of rambled on. I hope you saw a little bit of fun in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing my horribly sloppy playing. And hopefully I didn't butcher Hendrix too bad. I'm a big Jimmy fan in case you guys can't tell. Thank you for watching today's video so much. I can't say that enough. And you guys are wonderful. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers now. So thank you guys so much. And look, I know that there's a lot of people watching this channel that probably follow me over from the Gun Channel. And thank you very much for supporting us. I know we're a small music channel. We're probably not ever going to get any kind of major notoriety in terms of doing what we do. And that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because I love music very, very much. It's a very important part of my life. And I love gear. Just like on the other channel, I'm a gearhead. And I love different types of gear. So for me, I like to share that with people, and maybe people want to listen, maybe they don't, but it's here. So we're pretty much going about this channel the exact same way as we started the other one, so it'll grow, maybe, or it won't, and that's just the bottom line. But those of you that stick around and those of you that listen to our noise, thank you very much for the support. Thank you for listening to us. Have yourselves a great day. And we post every Monday and every Friday here on Guitarsenal. Make sure you tune in. Make sure that notification bell's clicked. Watch the videos. Share them with your guitar-toting buddies, or don't, or whatever. But I have to say, I dig this pedal. I like it. I'm definitely going to be getting this one. And again, we borrowed this particular unit from the kind folks at Atlanta Discount Music. They do carry Vertex pedals. They have the Vertex Boost in stock. which is a pretty dang awesome boost that we'll probably be checking out in the future video. And I always want to say thanks to them. They are great people, and I wouldn't be able to do these videos without their support. So definitely a big thanks to Atlanta Discount for letting us demo some of this gear. Okay, have a great day, guys. We'll see you next time. I'm going to give my poor little beat up hands a break. But first, we'll make a little bit more racket with this Ultra Phonix Overdrive from Vertex. Really cool. Billy Mays here. All right.